Hello, Americans. Another friends and subscribers around the world. A long ways away.
Get over, baby.
Just kidding. Ow. I switched my baby.
Out.
I had to. I started off the film with that. Let me sit right here. I gotta readjust.
Get yourself comfortable.
Yeah, but started off that film with this little burl knot here. Because Peggy had asked me. She said it looked like something that
open mouth.
an open mouth or
Scary.
something, and it was scary. So I wanted to show that. I actually used it as a shelf bracket there, and then that's where, especially once we get the, the whole place done and all that, I like to stick flowers in there for Miss Kitty. So it's a little vase thing. Then, so since we were going to start it off with that, Miss Kitty's going to show this one and tell the little story.
This is the first one that I had ever seen like this. It's kind of like a cornucopia wall vase thing. It has a neat little notch right here that we can hang it on the wall. And this was a gift to me from my husband about 1992. We were camping with some friends. We had a group of friends, all couples, and it was just us, no kids. We had kids at the time, but I don't know.
I think Carl was there.
No, I don't think she was there.
Oh, yeah.
We had her, yeah. And we were camping up a forest road towards Yellow Pine on the Salmon River with this group of friends of ours, and all the boys got up one morning and decided they were going to go fishing and left us girls at camp, and we did our thing during the day. And
it was a 3-mile hike into the...
Yeah. Throughout the afternoon, the boys were returning, and they were just coming back one by one, slowly with their fish or whatever their stories that they had of their day. And after the last one came in, it was probably, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours before mine came back. So we were all there at camp getting dinner ready and everything, and here comes my husband with this in his arms with his fishing pole, and this was just full of wildflowers. And oh boy, those girls were just so envious.
Yeah, the guys were
not impressed.
They were not impressed with me that day.
No, so I have a thing for these vase burls, and
this one's the most awesome one that I've ever found. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah. It's amazing what nature does. Yeah. And the funny thing about this, man, is fishing and of course, fishing and stuff. I set that thing down, and I mean, it's rough. If you've ever been on the Salmon River, it's especially trying to fish it from the bank. And man, I went down, and I was down probably half or 3/4 of a mile down the river when I realized that I'd left that sitting on a rock. Ended up walking all the way back to get that thing. It was just so cool.
It's pretty special too.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of her prized possessions.
One of my prized possessions. Something money can't buy.
That's it.
With the story that goes with it.
I love it. But what else was there?
Oh, we had a comment from Jeff Rowe.
Oh yeah, I was gonna touch base on. It's funny that one of the most watched videos we have is the one I did. I guess it's two years ago, because we're going on our 3rd year.
Third winter.
All crazy. This is our 3rd winter. We're going into our 3rd year here on the property, and the most watched video that we have, it still just gets watched, and a lot of good comments and stuff. Some haters, and then other people that some people just, man, they just don't get it. The majority of my friends out there, and you regular viewers and stuff like that I talk to and stuff like that, we all get it. It's like a movement or whatever you want to call it.
A recognition of how people live.
Yeah, and it's really a movement of trying to go back to the old way, live simpler and basically be one with the earth. That's, man, my whole philosophy on it, my whole, the way I build everything, the way that I build stuff and being one with the earth is that if I'm not here to, man, if we were dead and gone and, the kids didn't maintain what we have here and what I've built here and stuff, it's just a matter of time. It would go back to the earth the way that it should, as far as I'm concerned. Step lightly on the earth and live lightly on the earth. And, you know, other than, of course, the Vagabond, the aluminum and steel, yeah, it'd be around for a long time. It'd be like the pyramids, it'd still be sitting there. But anyway, I just wanted to touch base on that. You know, so after doing it, you know, there's a couple of videos along the way where I got worked up and stuff like that, and, you know, just time you get, you know, it don't matter what you do, you ain't going to make everybody happy. And like I said, basically just, people just don't get it. They're naive, or they're so caught up in the, you know, the craziness and the rat race and the city life.
Or they see it as a stereotype that a homeless person lives in a tent, lives in a trailer, and they're lazy or unemployed.
But look at all the bums.
And that's just a stereotype.
Yeah, just like all the bums. You know, anytime that you see or hear something about bums or the homeless, you know, it's always some bearded guy with a stocking hat. You know, it's like, hey, hello. You know, man, I'm far from homeless. Yeah. You know, and so go ahead and read this.
Far from unemployed.
This guy's.
Okay, I don't mean to be insulting or as a put down, but I am curious. What is the attraction so many have with living in old trailers and rickety shacks? It's almost like you are striving to live like bums. You don't. Do you want to live very cheaply off-grid? Do you hate modern homes and technology and conveniences? Is everyone unemployed and wanting to create an off-grid self-sufficient shack community?
Yeah, so, no.
We work.
Yeah, first of all, none of us, man, my kids, any of us that are up here living this lifestyle, none of us are unemployed. You know, we actually, I think we make a fairly decent living. You know, money, man, my mom has always said that, you know, money's never been a big deal to me. You know, as long as I got enough to, you know, pay my, you know, my bills and, you know, stuff like that, and I don't care about all the fancy hoorah, and it's always been my dream. You know, my great-grandma used to always tease me that she had always thought I'd be a hermit that lived in an old ghost town. You know, that's just, you know, it's in my, you know, I guess my DNA, man, the Cajun thing, whatever, you know, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is this guy's comment is on a video that I'd made. Man, yeah, well, yeah.
In October.
In October. I keep getting confused because this is our third winter up here. We're going into our third winter. But anyway, so he did this 2 years ago. That was when I'd actually been on the property for less than 2 months. You know, and if you've watched all these videos, that's always funny too, because they catch one video and leave comments, and it's like, man, you need to watch the rest, you know, and see the rest of the story, like Paul Harvey would say, you know. But I'd built that $50 cabin, is what I called that video, because I had, you know, like I said, I only had about $50 into fasteners and stuff like that. And I built that because to get us out of, I mean, it was actually just this section. And, man, there was, you know, if you watch the video, you know, there was holes. I picked the tent up in the fields. It was all rusty old tin and stuff, and basically it was just something to keep the, that was a tough winter, man. Yeah. It was something to keep the, the elements off of us. And, you know, I had the wood stove was actually closer in here, man, and we sat here, and, you know, the kids lived in the had the camp trailers out here. And, man, we spent that winter, we spent a lot of hours, all of us, just sitting around this fireplace, you know, huddling the fire, man, just trying to get through that first thing.
So would you say that you hate modern homes, technology, and conveniences? Do you hate them?
Do I hate modern homes and technology?
And conveniences?
No, some of those people, they got to have that so that they stay down there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want everybody up here.
Yeah, not everybody can be exactly the same and live the same.
Yeah, and everybody's different, and people just don't get it. I wouldn't say I definitely don't hate the conveniences. I hate what a lot of that he's talking about. I do hate, you know, which hate's a strong word, but I do hate what it is doing to our earth. Yeah. You know, I'm very...
And I feel that a lot of that also softens the human, you know, body and psyche. They rely so much on the conveniences and the luxuries of modern living.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, I don't know what this dude, you know, this guy, I'm not going to say his name or anything. If you want to see it, you can look on the comments under the $50 cabin video and stuff. And, man, I have no, you know, I don't know what you call it, you know, anger. I mean, that's his, you know, that's just something, he just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people just don't get it, you know, and he'll probably never watch enough videos to even get to this video to, you know, to see us trying to explain, but it's just trying to get it out there to everybody. So let's talk about why did I choose, or why did we choose to do this? One thing, it's always been our dream to homestead, you know, since before we had our kids. We actually when we first got married in 1990, there was actually a deal they were doing out in the desert, man, south, and I can't remember how many acres, but if you could actually go out there and homestead it, but you had to drill a well, and it was going to cost you, at that time, it was going to cost you $5,000 or $6,000 to drill a well, and I think you got I think it was 10 acres. I think you got 10 acres for free if you drill a well and
put up a fence.
Yeah. There's actually a little community where people that did it
to be able to acquire the land.
And we really thought about doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course, you know, we're big, you know, woodsy, you know, forest. Yeah, I mean, that was the main thing. I didn't want to be out in the desert. You know, and then I had one guy or one lady watch the one. Well, I thought you were real mountain people. You know, it's like, what? Man, you know, I ain't claiming to be Jeremiah Johnson on here or nothing, but, you know, man, we ended up on this piece of property. You know, Miss Kitty's big thing is everything happens for a reason. And, I mean, my whole plan when we left, if you watch the videos, man, we were going straight up to the pine trees. You know, right now we'd be in 10 or 12 foot of snow without power. You know, we would have hopefully, you know, we would have managed. You know, we'd be doing whatever we had to do, but where we ended up here with being able to grow our own food a lot easier, you know. I mean, we're doing this, I make these videos. We're not doing this for anybody but ourselves, you know. We may do these videos and stuff,
just to share it.
Just to share it and all that, and people, you know, the comments and some of you that you know, that we've talked to. I mean, I have people out there I've never met face to face that I consider good friends, you know. I mean, I mean, good, you know, quite a few of them, you know. I love chatting back and forth and all that and stuff like that. But what was his other part that we were going to touch base?
It's everybody unemployed.
Yeah, is everybody unemployed?
I think you already said so.
You know, we've had quite a few, you know, haters that went, oh, yeah, man, I'm paying for your
welfare
food stamps or welfare checks. Let me tell you something, dude. I do not get any help whatsoever. Everything we do is 100% ourselves. That would go against everything that I'm trying to do here, man. That is just, you know, I just laugh at it because, okay, whatever, man. You know, hey, whatever you think. I really don't care what people think of me. I never have, you know. And as far as the modern conveniences and stuff. Technology. I mean, we've got all the, you know, we did end up, I mean, we're putting YouTube videos out, you know. So, I mean, you know, I've never claimed, we will eventually, you know, it's a money thing, eventually we will be off the power grid. Am I going to tear my power poles out of my property? Heck no, man. They were here when I got it. And a lot of my knives and stuff like that, if I'm not forging them, you know, the final work and all that, you know, I got to make a living, so the power definitely helps that. If I could produce enough power eventually to do that, I'd definitely turn the switch off, but I ain't getting rid of the, you know, the power poles, or anything like that. And then the other part was something about all of us, or why people choose to live in.
What's the attraction so many have with living in old trailers and rickety shacks? Number one, property tax. Absolutely.
And that's what I was just going to touch base on is, you know, we're totally, I'd say we just are totally going against the grain type of people. You know, I don't, you know, man, the government, man, there's way too much, you know, I ain't going to get all political and stuff, but I mean, there's way too much control and you know, you do this, you do that, all that, man, pay my taxes, blah, blah, blah. Well, I pay my taxes just like you do. And if somebody asked me if I was going to pave my driveway or put any asphalt or concrete out here, heck no. Man, any concrete you put, man, adds taxes. I will live on wheels for the rest of my life. Because, man, if you've got...
Wheels and dirt.
Wheels and dirt. If you've got... a foundation, you've got taxes. It raises your taxes, man. I'm going to keep, you know, my taxes, man, down as far down as I possibly can. So that's one of the attractions, big attraction for living in a. That goes for mobile homes too, manufactured homes.
As long as they're not on a foundation.
Right, as long as you don't put them on a foundation. It's still sitting on, you know, blocks or whatever.
But you do that, and then if you require a bank loan, you won't be able to get it. You have to have a foundation for a bank loan. So there's...
which we didn't, you know, we don't got no bank loans. No. You know, we played that game a long time ago. But, you know, that's the whole thing. And the other thing about this guy, you know, man, what's his overhead of going out? You know, man, I ain't trying to rip on this guy or nothing. I mean, he's just, like I said, just don't get it.
He's curious, so this is the explanation.
But my other part of... you know, living in a shack, it's a shack, man. Pick the stuff up out in the field, to tear old buildings down. You know, I call it the cabin. It's actually just a fancy,
snow
you know,
shelter.
rednectified snow shelter. And, I love it, man. Miss Kitty, you know, friggin', you know, I built it to keep a little woman warm. Yeah, right now it's still in the process, man. I've said it many times. When we got this place, I got a 5-year plan, and sometimes I think I'm getting behind, but I would say really I'm right on. I'm going into my 3rd year, and like I said, I'm doing this, you know, I wouldn't say doing it for myself. We're doing it for ourselves. I'm doing it for, you know, Miss Kitty, you know, and to me it's like building my dream fort when I was a kid, you know, man, you know, the Hobbit world or whatever, you know, I just love building the natural, you know, using the natural resources and just reclaimed. I just love that. And I'm doing it for ourselves. But I really believe that when I'm done in 5 years, this place, when you walk up the front thing, sure, I'm going to have my junk piles over here, but the cabin and the garden area out in front of the cabin, I totally am positive it will be a magazine cover I mean... Alright, so I guess we babbled on so long that we
ran out of memory.
We ran out of memory, and the camera doesn't. We really need to get us a better camera for this.
It doesn't notify us. So
it doesn't.
Kept rambling.
So we kept rambling. So I just watched the video, so we're going to end up doing some clipping. And where I ended it was talking about that I feel, you know, like I said, I'm not doing it for nobody but for us. You know, everything in here is pretty much 2 people size, you know, for me and Miss Kitty. I do got to make me some kind of corral for my grandbabies, though.
Yeah, we do.
But, you know, to me, I really, truly believe that eventually it will. It'll be, you know, home and garden quality. To me, when I stand out there at night and I look at this, I mean, I can't even express the proud, you know, maybe look like a shack to this guy or to some of the other ones or whatever, but when I stand out there and look, you know, that I built, I drove, you know, every board, I picked it up, reclaimed it, drove every nail, you know, it's a pretty proud feeling to stand out there and look at it. You know, to me, this baby's already on the cover of Home and Garden magazine. But anyway, so so what else was going off, man?
I was trying to remember what we were talking about after
that. So we touched base on that, and then I guess really just wanted to get in here. You know, we might do a video before Christmas. You know, it's Sunday, and man, the snowstorm is supposed to hit again today at 3 o'clock. We got probably, what did you measure last night, 2 feet?
Yeah,
we got about 2 feet sitting out here. It's been raining for the last couple of days, you know, so it's, man, heavy stuff.
Crusty.
Yep, man, crusty. Got a little cold, but it's supposed to start snowing again today around 3 and snow till Wednesday. Kevin D and Kinsey haven't been up for a while, you know, because the roads, I don't want them driving on that, so hopefully it clears up enough. We haven't even got
all of our Christmas
all our Christmas stuff. We may be giving out snow checks to a couple of the kids, because we know we want to get them and stuff. We just haven't right now. Well, right now we could actually took off this morning and headed down.
Yeah.
But I can't even get the Flatlander truck. I can't even get out of the driveway. I can't even get it out of its parking spot. You know, thank God for the beast. Of course, my little Mazda, man, I popped it right up. But anyway, so I just want to wish everybody, just in case we don't get on, a very Merry Christmas. Be very safe and careful out there, and you know, we might end up doing one on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
We might do one. We were talking about doing one in our recliners in there again for the. I guess that's to be the third year. Is that what you said?
Third winter, yep.
The third winter. Since we started doing the videos, and everybody keeps watching them, so I keep doing them. But so y'all have a wonderful. Is there something else?
I think that was it.
Wasn't something else I was going to talk about? Well, okay. I guess we'll just check in later, and y'all have a wonderful day.